Hello, and welcome to United Way for Southeastern Michigan's annual community campaign kickoff. My name is Courtney Howe, and this is my colleague, Audrey Walker. You may recognize us as the host of United Way's weekly What's the Word Wednesday virtual town halls, where every Wednesday at 10 a.m. we bring you fantastic speakers and news about the topics that matter to you most.
That's right, Courtney, and today we're so excited to guide you all through this kickoff event as we light the way and live united together. We're here in the heart of downtown Detroit at United Way's iconic torch, which has stood in this spot since 1949, a symbol of the hundreds of thousands of people like all of you joining us today who have given their time, energy, and donations to build a better future for families in our region. Today, we'll be hearing from some of our incredible community partners, elected officials from around the region, and members of the community like you, without whom United Way's work would not be possible.
We'll also share with you an exclusive fireside chat with our CEO, Dr. Darian Hudson, and leaders of this year's campaign, DTE President and CEO, Jerry Norcia, DTE President and COO of Power and Industrial, Mark Steers, and Bishop Edgar Van of Detroit Second Ebenezer Church. They'll discuss the challenges our community has faced over the past year, how we've come together as a community to respond, the needs that still exist, and how we'll light the way to a brighter future together. Finally, we'll come back here to light the torch to officially kick off the giving season together.
Definitely stick with us for that. But first, we'd like to hear from some very special guests and our partners to share the impact we've made together over the past year and how you can get involved in your community. Dr. Darian Hudson is the President and CEO of United Way for Southeastern Michigan. A lifelong educator and champion of families and children, Dr. Hudson brought her talents and expertise here to United Way in 2018 and has since served as our unshakable leader, helping to guide our region through these incredibly difficult times. Please welcome Dr. Hudson.
Thank you, Audrey, and thank you to all of you at work or at home for joining us today. We look forward to a time when we're all able to gather in person again. But until then, we're so happy that you're here with us virtually to reflect on this last year and to kick off our 2020-2021 campaign with a vision for a brighter future. My name is Dr. Darian Hudson, and I am the proud President and CEO of the United Way for Southeastern Michigan. With the support of our partners, generosity of our donors, and commitment of volunteers across our region, United Way is working every day to foster equitable communities where all households are stable and every child can thrive. Our shared experience and challenges we've faced over this past year and a half have really driven home the importance of that vision. Before the first case of COVID-19 even arrived in our region, nearly 40% of households were already struggling to afford their most basic needs. That's more than 603,000 families who might not know where their next meal is coming from or whether they will be evicted from their home next month. It's a scary and stressful situation to be in at any time, let alone with the uncertainty and anxiety of living, working, and caring for children or loved ones during a pandemic. And that's why we do what we do, to give our neighbors and their families more places to turn for help and reassurance that there are so many of us who care about their health and well-being, who care about their children staying safe and getting an education, and who care about creating equitable opportunities for every person in our community. That's what we and our hundreds of community partners do, and that's what you do when you give, advocate, and volunteer. Today is the kickoff of our community campaign, but in reality, it's a continuation of the commitments that we make every day. And with the leadership of Jerry Norcia and Bishop Edgar Van, our campaign co-chairs, I know that this year will be so impactful to the families we have the privilege to serve. I must take a moment to thank my team at United Way for their work over the past year and a half, From our 2-on-1 team taking hundreds of calls every day, to our basic needs team pivoting to respond to what seems like one crisis after another, to our education and early childhood teams making sure that every child in southeastern Michigan has the support that they need to learn and grow inside and outside of the classroom. Team, you do this work with energy and passion every single day, and I thank you. I also want to thank our partners in the business community, like Jerry and Mark and their amazing team at DTE, and all of our partners who support and guide our work. A very special thank you to the essential workers who have kept this country running, and the unions who have kept them safe and ensured their voices were heard. And thank you so much to the thousands of people who give to support our work, who volunteer their time to make kits or pack backpacks or deliver food, and who advocate to their lawmakers for policies that will create long-term stability for Michigan families. You embody what it means to light the way and live united, and we are all grateful for it.
I live united because I want to help in every way I can.
I live united because I am blessed to be a blessing to others.
I live united to help kids prepare for school.
I live united because I believe no one in my community should go hungry.
I live united because I believe in building the strength in our community.
I live united because I love being a blessing to others.
I live united because I can assist in changing the world.
I live united because I love serving in my community and helping all that I can.
I am Larry Carter, and I am a community volunteer, and I light the way.
My name is Peaches Underwood, and I'm a member here at 2nd Ebenezer, and I light the way.
My name is Brianna Kimbrough, and I'm a DTE volunteer, and I light the way.
My name is Barbara Littles, and I am a member of 2nd Ebenezer Church, and I light the way.
We are DTE volunteers, and we light the way. We are Stellantis Jefferson Way.
And I light the 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 way. We light the way.
You know, as Dr. Hudson said, the work that we do at United Way is so important to the community, and it would not be possible without our supporters and partners in the business community. For more than 40 years, DTE has been one of those steadfast partners. Their employees collectively give hundreds of thousands of dollars each year to support our mission and volunteer to support students and families in our community. It is no surprise that DTE employees feel so motivated to give back. The leadership at DTE are the first to step up and help as we face difficult challenges. From COVID-19 to flooding to the daily realities of families struggling to afford food, healthcare, and housing. One such leader is Mark Steers. At DTE, Mark serves as President and COO of Power and Industrial. At United Way, he has served on our board of directors since 2015, including as chair of our strategic planning committee and treasurer. This year, he is serving as the chairman of our board. Mark, take it away.
Thank you, Courtney, Dr. Hudson, and the team at United Way for inviting DTE to co-lead this year's campaign. I'm honored to serve as the chair of the United Way Board of Directors because I've seen firsthand the powerful impact this organization has in the community. For over 40 years, DTE and United Way have worked to support the utility needs of tens of thousands of low-income households annually. In 2020, our employees at DTE raised $1.45 million for these efforts, but our partnership goes well beyond that. United Way works to tackle our region's biggest challenges, seeking to advance food security, financial stability, good health, and quality education for everyone. When COVID-19 first hit our community, United Way acted quickly, mobilizing resources, working with partners, and coordinating efforts to make funds go further. With your support, we've accomplished so much this past year. United Way's COVID-19 Community Response Fund put $36 million back into our community, keeping child care facilities, food pantries, homeless shelters open. That investment resulted in 25 million meals being served, almost 1 million pieces of personal protection equipment distributed, and more than 3 million people directly helped. United Way's 211 call center answered more than 125,000 calls from community members in need and serving as the go-to resource for the information on COVID testing and vaccinations, housing support, and more. At DTE, we know the most common reason people call United Way's 211 hotline is for utility assistance and to enroll in our low-income self-sufficiency program, LSP. This is a sobering fact that exemplifies our fundamental connection to the needs of our communities and customers. Education remained at the forefront of our minds as well. In the summer of 2020, United Way launched Connect4 Care Kids, an online resource to connect parents in Detroit to accessible and affordable childcare. This resource expanded to all of Wayne County just a few months ago, and we envision bringing this service to even more families. Though it has been a difficult time for our community, it is inspiring to see what we've accomplished together, living united. Your contributions to our United Way partnership make a significant positive impact in the community. I thank you for your help in ensuring resources are in the place for people who need them through your support of United Way and its partner agencies. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark, for sharing those details. As you said, it's truly incredible to hear about all the impact we've made together. Now we'll get a chance to see some of that work in action. Let's hear from some of United Way's community partners about what we've accomplished in the past year. And if you're inspired to get involved, we encourage you to sign up to volunteer by visiting unitedwaysem.org/volunteer.
The first day of the first case of COVID-19 in Michigan, we launched an online campaign to try to start raising money to address gap needs. We didn't have the resources to do anything of what we're doing right now. And the first institutional investor in that initiative was United Way. The next morning, United Way's CEO called me at 7:30 in the morning. I said, what can we do? And immediately, before any formal initiatives had been in place, committed a $50,000 matching grant. And that campaign ended up over the course of 2020 raising $3.5 million to support emergency basic services in response to COVID-19. And I credit United Way with helping us aim higher. The good news is that we were able to respond to the scope of need. We've continued that effort into 2021. Unfortunately, we didn't necessarily foresee that would be a need initially, and our efforts to bring resources to the table to continue to operate at the level that we're operating. The cost of food and hotel rooms for our emergency shelter and other things is somewhat overwhelming. But we found that if we do what is right by the community, the resources come. And so we're grateful to serve in the way that we are at this time.
United Way has been always a partner for us, and we are so proud of that partnership. And we are proud of it because, United Way doesn't behave like any other grant maker. It's an organization that really goes out of its way to provide real solutions to real problems. So in our case, United Way has been, and during COVID for sure, was a leader in terms of providing us with the ability to come up with the new innovative programs like the testing, or scale up the programs that we have in the area of basic needs in ways that haven't been done in the past, and doing it in such a scale in terms of size And in previous years, also the programs, whenever we came up with the new programs or initiatives, United Way not only provided the major support that provided the leadership for us to get it off the ground and to get other funders to come to the table, but they also made sure that they are sticking around until the program is stable, and that might be many, many years. It's not like an approach that is just a band-aid, and that's what we really appreciate the most about working with United Way.
As we continue through the second year of this pandemic, COVID-19 continues to impact our lives, and working families in our region are still struggling. Our work to support families and children is far from over. Thankfully, we have amazing partners and leadership to guide our community through these challenging times and towards a brighter future. Next, we'll hear from a few of those leaders, starting with our campaign co-chair, DTE Energy President and CEO, Jerry Norcia. In addition to serving with United Way, he also serves on the board of the Skillman Foundation and has a history of philanthropic involvement in our community. Jerry, we're so honored to have you co-leading our Light the Way, Live United community campaign this year.
Hello. First, I'd like to thank United Way and Dr. Hudson for inviting me to co-lead this year's campaign. I'm honored to co-chair this campaign with a great friend, Bishop Edgar Van of Second Ebenezer Church. DT has partnered with United Way for decades, funding initiatives like the Utility Assistance Program, generating volunteer support for schools and community service agencies, and helping to guide the future of this important organization by serving on United Way's board and campaign cabinet. I'm honored to say that DT is consistently one of the top campaigns supporting United Way's work every year, with our caring employees raising millions of dollars that go directly back into the communities where we live and serve. These critical funds enable people to stay safe during hot summers and cold winters, keep food on the table, and help our youth grow and succeed. For me, these efforts are personal. My grandmother, who lived in a poor rural village in Italy and had no education and none of the comforts of heat or running water, often told me when I was growing up, doing good to others opens doors and creates prosperity. Not doing good things closes doors and reduces prosperity. Thank you to Dr. Hudson and the team at United Way for all the good work they do to support our neighbors in need. And thank you to everyone watching for your commitment to serve our neighbors and build a stronger community by giving, advocating, and volunteering with us.
Wow, Jerry, those are some truly incredible goals we've set for the year ahead. I don't know about all of you watching at home or in your office, but I'm feeling energized to get to work and make some impact in our community. If you're feeling the same way, we have some exciting opportunities coming up for you to get involved and help us jumpstart those goals. Visit unitedwaysem.org/lighttheway to find out how you can give, advocate, and volunteer with us this week. It truly takes all of us to create the change we wish to see in our communities. Next, I'd like to welcome Bishop Edgar Van, who is the senior pastor of Second Ebenezer Church in Detroit, where he has served our community and his congregation since 1976. Bishop Van is also the co-chair of this year's United Way campaign, encouraging our neighbors to get involved in our shared mission. Afterwards, we'll get a closer look at some of the organizations doing great work in our region. Let's turn it over to Bishop Van.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Audrey, for the warm introduction. I'd like to say to faith communities across the region and my congregants at Second Ebenezer that a community starts with empowered people. And when we come together to light the way and live united, that is exactly what we do. We light the way by working every day to build a brighter future for all of us. We live united by striving toward our common goal of ensuring every family in our community has the ability to prosper. We empower our community to not only improve their lives, but the lives of their neighbors as well. I've served the Detroit community for a long time, continuing the work of my father, who was a noted faith leader. I've watched this city and its residents struggle. but I've also seen them flourish. United Way's torch drive always stood as a symbol of the community coming together, a symbol of our commitment to help one another during those difficult times. Today, as we gather to light the torch once again, I could not be more honored to stand with United Way, DTE Energy, and all of you to bring this tradition back. What we've experienced, what has happened in Detroit and across our region due to COVID-19 has been devastating. The illness and loss and fear has been overwhelming. In my church, part of what we do is lift people in prayer, but we also lift people through service and partnership. And United Way has been an invaluable partner over the last year. When we saw unmet need, 2nd Ebenezer took action as a part of United Way's Choose Healthy Life initiative, bringing COVID-19 testing and vaccinations to Detroit's Black community, which has been disproportionately impacted by this virus. We've also partnered to serve our neighbors through volunteerism, food distribution, and backpack drives. When our community is in need, the 2nd Ebenezer family comes together to meet that need, whatever it is. I volunteered to co-chair this year's campaign because United Way does the same for our region. This is an organization focused on meeting unmet need while working to advance sustainable, meaningful change. At the heart of this is a unique ability to bring people together, from the largest organizations to neighborhood groups, from multi-million-dollar grants to local food drives. United Way is there. In the coming year, we face both challenges and opportunities. We know that 1 in 3 families in our region still struggles to make ends meet. Together, we will continue to support our families in need of food and shelter, and students in need of books and laptops. In Detroit, we know that nearly 200,000 Black residents live in poverty. As chair of the Detroit Equity Report, I look forward to the launch of United Way's Racial Equity Fund and the continued work we will do together to build more equitable communities. I'm pleased to join forces with Jerry Norcia and everyone else involved in this most important effort to raise $40 million and to generate 40,000 volunteer hours to serve those in need. I'm excited for all the wonderful things we will accomplish by working together in partnership with United Way for Southeast Michigan. Thank you.
United Way and the Macomb Food Program have a great relationship. United Way helps us with some funding so that we can supplement some of the things that we get from federal grant dollars in terms of food. We try to focus on providing pantries with the whole meal idea, and so United Way and their funding helps us do that. We talk about food insecurity, but it's really nutrition insecurity as well. We're serving over 15,000 individuals a month with emergency food, and we're doing that in all 27 communities throughout Macomb County. And we couldn't do it without the help and the support of our pantry partners as well.
We opened the food pantry probably about 5 years ago, and we were struggling just to even have enough food to give out. And we partnered with Macomb Foods, and with that, we've been able to resource and help so many people, hundreds of people on a weekly basis. We couldn't do this without Macomb Foods and United Way. Their partnership with us has really been super helpful in helping us connect with our community.
It's grown unbelievable. It's phenomenal with the help from different organizations. I've had people, I need help with my utilities or my rent, or I need to find something. We tell them, call 211. They can send you in the right direction, and it has helped them.
The United Way is a huge partner for Macomb Community Action, whether it be through advocacy or additional resources or helping us to find volunteers. United Way is really the lifeblood of what we do.
Meals on Wheels is a vital service here within Macomb County, especially during the last 18 months with COVID, where so many seniors were staying at home, were quarantining, or just afraid to be out in the community. We continued meal service throughout, delivering a hot, ready-to-eat meal Monday through Friday, so ensuring that they have that nutrition, a little bit of socialization with that friendly check-in, and just making sure that they're okay.
Really one of our most important resources that we would need at Macomb Community Action. We have about 80 routes that go out Monday through Friday, so that requires 80 volunteers per day, 5 days a week.
My name is Sandra Atkinson, and I am a volunteer with the Meals on Wheels program in Macomb County. I've been a volunteer for just about 4 years, and I enjoy talking to the people on my route, and I usually get a nice smile out of them, and it makes me feel good.
I was independent until a year ago and I had a fall. So I wouldn't have company without them. Well, number one, it's somebody coming to check on me. And two, you cover all the food groups. And I wouldn't be doing that on my own.
Macomb Community Action and the Office of Senior Services truly can't do what we do to the highest level without the United Way and the support of organizations like that who provide the resources and advocacy that we need. So thank you, United Way, for everything you do.
When the global pandemic hit the state of Michigan, Southfield Public Schools faced a myriad of challenges. Through our partnership with United Way, we were able to put books in the hands of our students, devices in the hands of our students, and not only provide those hotspots for the families, but we were able to take care of their monthly bill throughout the entire pandemic.
We have a building of 412 scholars who absolutely are excited about learning. They are excited about literacy. Our motto here at Stevenson is Readers Today, Leaders Tomorrow. The partnerships with the United Way has been truly meaningful for our learning community. We have businesses that come into our school and that provide support resources to our students, and not only to our students, but our families as well.
United Way has helped our school by donating lots of money and bringing so much technology, the best technology they could find for us. I would love to become first woman president because I would like to make black history, and I would love to make a representative model for other young women.
The literacy program is awesome. My daughter has already reaped the benefits of some of the wonderful books that she's received through this partnership. Learning about Simone Biles and the books on John Lewis, those are all things she received through the partnership. And so that lets me know that her reading and the communication that she's receiving is rubbing off on her and showing her that she can do anything.
My son's favorite subject is math and science. Now that he's more confident in reading, he loves reading as well. He struggled with that a lot. But since United Way has come a part of Stevenson, he's so much more confident in reading now. Like, he asked the teacher, can he lead the class with reading? And just to hear his teacher telling me that, it was like amazing.
Being a partner with United Way has helped our school, Stevenson, really push literacy to the forefront. We know that during this pandemic, it was very difficult for a lot of kids to get their hands on books, but being a literacy coach, I was able to push into classes virtually, and I've seen a lot of growth, and that wouldn't be possible if it weren't for United Way. A lot of technology was provided, books were provided to our students, and a lot of funding that otherwise we wouldn't have. We feel like we're the hub of the community because of United Way, and we thank you for that partnership.
Thank you for United Way for supporting my school.
Wow, it's incredible to see the work done in the community by these organizations. You know, United Way proudly partners with hundreds of nonprofits, places of worship, and community groups across Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb counties. But what you may not know is that we also work with local, state, and federal officials to advance programs that help thousands of families. We also advocate for policies that create long-term equitable change. Next, we're going to hear from several local officials who will share their thoughts on where we've been and how we can light the way to a better future together.
I'd like to thank and congratulate everyone at the United Way for Southeastern Michigan as it kicks off this year's fundraising season with the lighting of the torch. This is an important opportunity to remind the public of just how vital a role the United Way plays in Detroit. This great organization has been in our city, serving this community for more than 100 years, and never has it played a more important role than during the past few years. With its tax-assisted partners, the United Way has been critical to helping make sure record numbers of Detroiters are claiming their earned income tax credit and their child tax credit. In 2020, Detroiters collectively claimed more than $300 million through the EITC, thanks to the assistance the United Way provided. And when COVID struck, the United Way stepped in to help us stand up our drive through testing and vaccination sites. It supported our Feed the Front Lines program to support struggling Detroit restaurants by paying them to prepare meals for our frontline healthcare workers, police, firefighters, and bus drivers. COVID also means remote learning for all Detroit students, many of whom lack the technology they needed. So the United Way and others stepped in to help provide devices and internet access to thousands of students so they could learn in this new environment. Every time we've needed this kind of support, Darian Hudson and the team at United Way have been there for our community, just as they have been for the past century. We're so fortunate to have the United Way as our partner, and I look forward to the great work we're going to continue to do in the future.
Partnership with United Way has been for decades. I've been on the board for 15 years and have worked closely with them to meet the needs of our families, our communities, and most recently working with them to make sure that we help all the people who've been most adversely impacted by this pandemic. The Oakland County Better with Breakfast program is a partnership with United Way, Oakland County, and Oakland Schools. It was based on three principles. One, to make sure it's universal, to make certain that all kids coming to school has the nutritional needs to be able to start the day off ready to learn. Two, we wanted to make certain that all schools had the resources and tools, whether it was mobile carts, training, and other types of technical support necessary to make that happen. And three, we wanted to make certain that it was customizable to the school building. As a result of all of those things together, we were able to launch the Oakland County Better with Breakfast program that resulted in feeding 5,000 Oakland County students every single day. It's a program that's still running today. United Way doesn't always grab the headline, but it's always there in the background, helping support and work with community partners, working with local government, working with community members to be able to meet not just the basic needs, but chart a course to help our communities thrive. I want to thank Dr. Hudson and the entire leadership team at United Way for Southeast Michigan. We wouldn't be able to do these incredible things without the leadership that's in place, the incredible talented staff that's in place, and an organization that is willing, at a drop of the hat, be able to help respond to the community needs when they show up. And I'm looking forward to making sure that we strengthen that partnership and we continue to deliver for the people in Oakland County and all of Southeast Michigan.
Hello, I'm Oakland County Executive Dave Coulter, and I'm so proud of the partnership that we've built with the United Way of Southeastern Michigan, which I've always considered to be the critical safety net for the most vulnerable residents in our region. The agency is there every day, connecting families with the resources they need to survive. They've refined the model that's been used for decades to ensure that nonprofits across the region have a stable source of funding. And while United Way has been a constant source of comfort for decades, we never could have gotten through the COVID-19 pandemic without their expertise, help, and resources. They provided the review for microgrants that went to 6,000 Oakland County residents to cover their basic needs in the early days of the pandemic. They helped us distribute $17.5 million in critical grants to our nonprofit organizations and child care providers across the county that were providing essential services to our residents. In short, United Way has been and will continue to be indispensable. When we were again looking for a partner in September who could help us distribute $10 million in grants to organizations providing mental health and behavioral services to people stretched to their breaking point by COVID, it was a no-brainer. United Way is the logical choice and will help us make sure that money is well spent. So, thank you to Dr. Hudson for her leadership and to all of my friends at United Way for your dedication, your expertise, and your commitment to helping make sure that we can all survive and thrive together.
We're so grateful for the support and partnership of leaders like County Executive Coulter, Commissioner Woodward, and Mayor Duggan. As a reminder, you can get involved with our advocacy work by visiting unitedwaysem.org/advocate. Make your voice heard and help us create change. Now, we're honored to welcome back the leaders of this year's campaign to talk about what's ahead.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today for this really important discussion. I'm Paul W. Smith, host of WJR's Paul W. Smith Show. We're joined today for this roundtable discussion by 4 leaders in the Detroit and Southeastern Michigan regions who are working together to help families who are struggling to make ends meet, making sure students have the support they need to succeed in school during these difficult times, among other things. Dr. Darianne Hudson is the president and CEO of our United Way for Southeastern Michigan. She's led the organization since 2018. Doctor, nice to have you here. Bishop Edgar Van is here with us as well. He's the senior pastor of Second Ebenezer Church in Detroit. He also is the co-chair of the United Way's Light the Way, Live United community campaign, our current theme for this year. Bishop, nice to see you, sir. We're also joined by 2 leaders from DTE Energy, their fine president and CEO, Jerry Norcia. Jerry, always good to be with you.
Good to see you, Paul W.
Jerry, by the way, with the bishop, are the co-chairs of this year's drive. We call them the dynamic duo. We also have the president and COO of Power and Industrial at DTE, Mark Steers. Now, both Jerry and Mark and the good people at DTE have worked alongside United Way to serve the community for decades. And again, importantly, this year, Jerry is serving as co-chair of the organization's campaign alongside Bishop Van, while Mark is serving as chair of the board of directors. All of these people are very busy, yet none of these people are too busy to do the good work of the United Way of Southeast Michigan. For you, Dr. Hudson, as the head of United Way, why? What made you decide to go into this line of work, which really is more than a line of work, it's a calling?
Well, Paul W., I've been a lifelong educator, and I actually started as a teacher in Detroit Public Schools 20 years ago. And most recently, before coming to United Way, I was superintendent of the public schools for the city of Milwaukee. And during that time, I was very active with the United Way, and I saw firsthand being in schools, being in the community, the needs that my students had, that their families had, and realized that I could do more with my background as an educator to better serve the community. 3 years in, I know I've made the right decision, and more importantly, I know firsthand the transformational work that we're doing and being that safety net for the region, for our families, as well as for nonprofit organizations.
Thank you, Dr. Hudson. It is a calling, and you've done very well in these 3 years, and we appreciate that. The other side of the ledger, if you will, is a guy who's, we know, also very busy doing his everyday work as the DTE Energy president and CEO. Jerry Norcia is asked to help virtually every organization that exists. I know what it's like to get the call to help in every way. What made you answer the call for United Way, Jerry?
Well, Paul W., the history between DTE and United Way is a long one. You know, we've been aligned with United Way's mission for over 40 years. And every year we raise approximately $1.5 million for United Way. And I think about how we improve lives with our energy and how important energy is to stable households and to the development of youth. And this is why I believe United Way and DTE Energy have come together in such a fundamental way. And I think that United Way fits quite nicely, not only with DTE's mission, but also my own personal mission.
I'm wondering, and I'm going to ask you, Bishop Edgar Van, what do you see as the greatest challenge of this last year in our community?
We saw in the last year, as you have outlined, the tremendous economic devastation and basic human needs devastation of people throughout our community, regardless often of socioeconomic status, but most assuredly those who many times are least and lost, those who are the working poor, for example, many times are the most marginalized in a situation like we've been through with this pandemic. I'm excited about working with an organization and leading a campaign that speaks to that, that allows everyone on an equitable basis to participate as we continue to lift our community.
After asking what the greatest challenge of the last year is, what's the greatest accomplishment of this last year that we're all can be proud of, that wouldn't have happened without the United Way, or in this case, wouldn't have happened without DTE Energy?
It was an unprecedented time of collaboration across all organizations, faith-based organizations, the agency that United Ways works closely with, funders, corporations such as DTE. It was impressive. And that sense of urgency and that collaboration, I'm hoping that we take learnings from that and apply it when we do hopefully return to some normalcy, because I think we can find a better model, a more efficient model in serving those in our community that are most vulnerable.
And Dr. Hudson, we can't forget that in your position, running the United Way, you are truly on the front line. What would you add to this?
I have to give the credit to our frontline agencies, our nonprofit partners, who really were able to take the resources that we allocated and execute. Even on our worst day, Paul W., I knew I could call one of our partners, I could call a foundation, I could call a corporation, and we would be able to get the work done for our community. So, I feel like even, I might have been tired, but I had the best job in the world at the time that our community needed us the most.
So now the question is, how do we add to this army of people doing good? I'll start with you, Dr. Hudson. Tell them why they should get involved and why now is a great time to get involved.
So the best part of United Way is that we represent all of you. So if you're listening to this and wondering how you get involved, the first thing I ask you to think about is never to underestimate the power of a single action. Everyone has a role to play. We're about to kick off our campaign. We're lighting the way for a better future. So if you're interested in getting involved, you can go to our website, www.unitedwaysem.org, and find out different ways that you can give to our organization.
All right. I guess then the final question. When you think about United Way's work in the coming year, what are you most excited about?
I would say, Paul W., that the pandemic isn't over. The economic disruption is not over. So there's much to be done this year. And if there was ever a time for you to double down on making contributions to United Way so they can do their work and fulfill their mission, now is the time.
Bishop Van?
Normal is behind us. Next is now. And now is the time for us to continue to exercise the capacity and the energy that we have, the passion that we have toward the work of United Way. United Way has been there for us for over 100 years. It is the organization that really drives this kind of work. Let's get everyone involved. Let's get everyone to support. Let's get everyone to give. Let's get everyone to serve. Our region depends on it.
I am most excited about, as a member of the board of United Way, working with staff, a very formidable team, in addressing the root causes that put so many of our neighbors, just one bad day away from real struggles. And I think we have the opportunity to do that, taking what we've learned through the pandemic, the muscle Jerry referred to, not letting it atrophy, but bringing it forward and applying it to everything we do.
Well put. Thank you. COO of Power and Industrial at DTE, Mark Steers, DTE Energy President and CEO, Jerry Norcia. We want to also thank Bishop Edgar Van for all the work that all of you have done and under the guidance and auspices of the President and CEO of the United Way, Dr. Darian Hudson. I thank all of our panel for all they do. And I do hope with what you've heard today, thank you for being here to hear it, that you will make this the year that you get involved with the United Way as well. May this be the year that we all light the way to a better future.
Today's event has been quite a journey. We've heard from community organizations, local elected officials, and the volunteers and community members who invigorate the work we do every day at United Way. But we're not done just yet.
That's right, Courtney. And we have one last exciting moment to share with all of you. And we hope you'll count down with us as we prepare to light the way. And remember, this commitment to our community doesn't stop today. You can make a difference every day, whether you have 5 minutes, 5 hours, or $5 to give. Get started now at unitedwayscm.org/lighttheway and live united with us.
And with that, let's light the torch!
Thank you, Courtney and Audrey. We invite all of our partners and all of you at home to join us as we count down and light the torch.
10, 9, 8,
7,
6,
5,
4,
3,
2,
1.
Woo!